Hello, fellow YouTubers. It's Mudlup, and today we're discussing the Battleground pay-per-view for the year 2014. According to Wikipedia, they already have 8 matches set up. I don't know how true that is, but that means there's a lot to review, so I'm going to jump right in. Cameron versus Naomi will apparently be the dark match, and honestly, I don't care who wins either way. Sorry if that bothers anybody. I wasn't ever a fan of the Funkadactyls, and I don't know which one is the better wrestler. I don't really even know which one's which. But sorry. I'll just say Naomi wins. Feel free to comment and tell me who really will win, because I have no idea. The next match, as ordered by Wikipedia, is the Fatal 4-Way for the World title, which we know isn't going to be next, but it's the next in the order, so I just stuck to it. And you have John Cena, Kane, Randy Orton, and Roman Reigns. Who wins? Let's view it logically. Kane isn't going to win a world title again. He isn't. Listen to the horrible response he gets when he comes out. Really, I mean, my hair's being all funky. Nice. But he doesn't get like any reaction. And then you go to Orton, and Orton physically couldn't win storyline wise because of the authority turmoil that's going on. That's why they've been setting up the last few weeks. My guess will be Randy Orton will probably turn on Kane. I don't know, maybe it's the other way around, but it doesn't matter. And really, all you have left is Reigns and Cena. And Reigns isn't ready, and honestly, why would you give Cena a 1-month title reign if you wanted Reigns to win it at the next pay-per-view? He hasn't really been proven as a better wrestler in that month. Hasn't really helped get him over anymore. He's really been in tag team matches since. So, plus he did get that fairly nice pop at Money in the Bank. So, not to mention on the Raws afterwards, he was getting a way bigger response than even Cena was. So, there's that. So, if that's not enough proof, there is the poster for SummerSlam, and the promo on Raw this past week featuring Paul Heyman basically proving that Lesnar will fight for the authority at SummerSlam. I'm picturing Cena pinning or making Kane tap. I don't see Orton going down. That would hurt Orton too much. And I don't, quite frankly, see Reigns going down because that would hurt his push. So really that only leaves Kane. That's how I want the match to go anyway. I mean, it might go a different way, but really, WWE would be stupid to have it go any other way. So the next match is the 20-man Battle Royale for the IC title. And here's the list that was on Wikipedia. There's 20 wrestlers on there. So you have Del Rio, Big E, Bo, Cesaro, Axel, Diego. I don't know who Diego is. Ziggler, Fandango, Slater, Kingston, RVD, R-Truth, Ryback, Sheamus, Sin Cara, Great Khali, Miz, Titus Woods, and Ryder. A lot of guys. Now, those are the participants, according to Wikipedia. I don't know why Damien Sandow isn't on there. But, and of that list, Axel, Diego, Slater, Kingston, RVD, Truth, Ryback, Sin Cara, Khali, Titus O'Neil, Xavier Woods, and Zack Ryder are jobbers at this point. So that's 12 of the 20 people, which we can pretty much guarantee won't win the match. Makes it a lot less believable, but... And that really only leaves us Del Rio, Big E, Bo Dallas, Cesaro, Ziggler, Fandango, Sheamus, and The Miz. Now, I highly doubt that they put the title on Ziggler or Fandango because they are currently in a feud. I don't know if it's going to stay, but they have a storyline. So why would they mess with that? So let's count them out. Sheamus is the US champion. So unless they plan on unifying the titles, he won't win. So we can pretty much write him off. So we're left with Del Rio, Big E, Bo Dallas, Cesaro, and Miz. So glad I wrote all this down. Bo is too new to win a title, especially if they're trying to build it up in prestige. It would be really stupid to put the title on the guy who has only been in, 16 matches now? I mean, why would they do that to him? And Del Rio hasn't done anything recently. He's still in that Del Rio abyss, which, granted, a mid-card title would be something he could do, but I don't see it happening. I'm personally expecting Cesaro to win. It gives him something to do, being as the main event push right now. You know, you have Cena, Lesnar, Randy Orton ready, Roman Reigns, you have The Rock if he comes back, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins. You have a lot of people in the main event right now, is what I'm trying to say. And really, you don't want to push Cesaro in there yet, so I'm not really expecting him to do anything. This would give him something to do for a few months, help build him up, especially being as he's on this losing streak. So storyline-wise, it would make sense. And you also have to figure he's the favorite after winning the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. Just my thought. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm right. Maybe it's The Miz for pretty much the exact same reason. But, I don't see it happening. Then they have Bray Wyatt versus Chris Jericho. Y2J has come back basically to job. I'm pretty sure we all know he's going to give Bray a huge rub. Now the question is, will the rub come now or later? I'm going to assume that they're going to build this as a huge feud, and we're going to have the Wyatt family interfere, and Jericho's going to do his thing until The Miz interferes. Unless they decide against that. But there's no closure on the Miz-Jericho feud. So, here's how I would like to see it. You have the Wyatt family interfere, Jericho fights him off, things aren't going too well, Miz comes out, and here's the shocker, okay? He helps Jericho. Bray already gets a cheer from the audience most of the time. So what you can do is, you can basically endorse that, and have Chris Jericho go more to being a heel with Miz. They're both basically jobbers at this point anyway. It really can't hurt them, and I just feel like they'd be a good tag team. I'm sure nobody agrees, but Jericho will end up losing the match most likely. It probably won't be a very fair match. You can't really expect that, but it needs to end dirty to set up a SummerSlam rematch, where Bray can go over clean. So if Jericho wins, there's a rematch, and then maybe a Night of Champions rematch. And if Jericho loses, you can still have him challenge Bray for a rematch, and have the rematch then. So, regardless, it should be a good match. I think personally that they're two of the better storytellers in the ring right now. So, it should be pretty great. Next is the Divas title match, AJ Lee versus Paige. This could be the Divas match of the year, maybe even of the decade so far, as in 2010, 2014. Granted, this match probably won't be the best one they have. They've traded victories so far, but both matches were, 2 minutes? It felt like they were really short. This should be a good match, but expect a quick fall by AJ just to build to another match. And hopefully, it'll stop being this, I respect you thing. I enjoyed it so far, but neither of them are really a heel. So, Paige, most likely, will be turning heel. At least that's how I view it. Who knows how it'll actually turn out, but I'm expecting AJ to win. Then we have the tag team title match, the Usos versus the Wyatt family, 2 out of 3 falls. My guess is the Wyatt family finally wins the titles. They've had a few matches for the titles, and currently the Usos are actually the longest reigning champions in the WWE. So their title reign really can't last much longer. Aside from Ryback and the Dust Brothers, there isn't a lot of other tag teams. So when the Wyatts win, it continues the feud till at least SummerSlam. Maybe a no DQ match, which should be a good match also. Ideas. Plus it gives WWE some time to build some new teams for contention. I just think the title needs to change hands to keep the feud fresh. If the Usos retain, I personally wouldn't want to see another match. Really, I kind of feel like this match is pushing it a little too far. So I gotta think that the Usos are going to lose it. Then you have Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins. Personally, I see Ambrose winning the match. Ambrose got assaulted by the Authority on Raw, and he's looking defeated. If they want this feud to continue any longer, you give these two guys like 20 minutes and let them prove that they're main event caliber. Ambrose barely wins, which can set up another match for the Money in the Bank case, or worst case scenario, Dean can say to the Authority, they obviously picked the wrong Shield member. That'd be a pretty interesting thing to say. Plus, it also keeps Seth out of interfering in the main event. My guess, this will be the second to main event. It'll be this match and then the Fatal 4-Way. That way, logically, Seth can't come out and cash in. Again, just how I'm viewing it. But there's rumors that Rollins is seriously injured. I don't know. Because, see, I heard it was serious, but at first I didn't think it was. And then I heard somebody saying that Vince was faking it. So, maybe I was right at first, and he really wasn't injured. But if he is injured, this match won't do well at all. Maybe they would even cancel the match. It's an idea. Plus, it would keep the feud alive for another 2-3 pay-per-views. So, it's an idea. And then you have the wild card of the night, Swagger versus Rusev. If you would have asked me a few days ago, I would have said this was Rusev's match all day. I would have defended it, saying, duh, Swagger's been a jobber for months. Rusev is squashing people. He has to win this match. But with the plane being shut down, this might be the end of the Rusev push. So, I'm sure I'm not the first person to say this, but this would be like the Hassan push back in, like, 2005. But the two cases were different. Hassan had cut like a really iffy promo on SmackDown. But at the same point, we were technically involved at that point. So, really, you can't predict how it's going to turn out yet. Now, let me also say that there is an insanely easy way for WWE to get out of this. Turn Rusev face. He isn't Russian. When he debuted, he wasn't Russian. He was Bulgarian. So, Lena is the one from Russia. So have Rusev turn on Lena. That way he can win the match. Lena will be fine because she's a hot girl in WWE's Diva section. Like, worst case scenario, she's Bellaed. Like, even being Bellaed, Bellas get matches. So, this could really go either way, because we don't really know if WWE is going to tread lightly here. Technically, it's not the same things. We have no prior experience to build upon. The prior experience says this won't be an issue, but the assumption is, in modern WWE, it has to be an issue. So, will USA complain? Technically, it doesn't matter, because it'll be on the WWE Network, but wouldn't that hurt its stocks? And, like, the people who are rebuying into it? So, who knows? We won't really know until Sunday. My guess is Swagger wins, which I'm not complaining about because I actually like Jack Swagger, which I feel like nobody does. But we basically know this pay-per-view is a filler pay-per-view building the SummerSlam. So don't expect a great show. I expect the tag team title match to steal the show, though, personally. Anyways, if you've enjoyed the video, leave me a like, comment with your opinions on how this is going to turn out, and peace out, home skillets.